dress is way too sexy?
Yeah.
She thinks she's going to get hurt.
Well, she likes the short shirts, the half shirts, and the really short skirts and everything. And I thought I had a normal kid. She'd leave the house during the day. She'd have on baggy pants, the long shirts, T-shirts. She's going to school, kiss me goodbye, hi, you know, I'm out of here. Okay, great. I'm figuring everything's fine. Well, one day they had a school dance, and being a good mom that I thought I was, I wanted to bring her money for, you know, refreshments and things like her friends have and stuff. Well, to my surprise, when I walked into the gym, she wasn't dressed the way she left. She had on this very tiny, itsy-bitsy skirt that belonged to her 11-year-old sister. She had on this shirt that goes down below her breasts and down here, and that's what I walked into. High heels, pantyhose.
So she left one way and arrived at the dance.
Totally different, totally different. And I walked in, her hair's done up. She realized if she puts her hair up, she looks a lot older, tons of makeup, and I freaked. And I said, why are you dressed like this? You did not leave the house like this. And she says, well, I'm not allowed to go to school like this. It doesn't register if you're not allowed to go to school like that, then it's definitely not okay to wear to a dance or even out on the streets. You know?
All right, let's bring her out and let's see what she looks like, and let's talk to her about this.
13. Sally, we were walking down the street last night, and my fiance and I were turning around walking arm in arm, and Crystal was behind us. And all of a sudden we hear guys whispering and whistling, saying, you know, hi, you want to go out? Let's go have a few drinks and everything. We turned around, and the guys are literally following her.
I'd put a sign on her back saying, I'm 13, jailbait.
Stopping these guys and asking them, you know, how old do you really think she is? And they were giving me anywhere from 16 to 18 years old, and I said, no, she's 13. And then Dad kind of took over, because Dad's a really big guy.
Okay,
you know?
What is it, Crystal? What's the story?
It makes me feel good. If I want to wear what I want to wear, then I'm going to wear it.
No, you can't wear what you want to wear. That's just it. If you dressed like a normal 13-year-old kid, then you could wear what you want to wear. Okay? Then you could wear what you want to wear. This is not normal. This is not normal.
So you're not wearing it, I'm wearing it.
But oh, no. I have to put up with you, okay? When guys attack you, and you become pregnant, or you become raped, who's gonna be there to pick up the pieces? Me and Dad are. Me and Dad.
And how she feels about this. See what the anger is. Jana, come on out. That's right, you are identical twins, and that's right, you look very, very different. Mom and Sis are really uptight about the way you look.
Definitely. I used to weigh 190 when I was in like 7th grade. I lost all this weight, you know, and I was feeling proud of myself, and I wanted to show it off a little bit, you know?
Why'd you get kicked out of Austin High?
Violence towards students, doc language, and sort of dress code.
The coldness of all that
Violence
steel.
towards students? What have you done to be violent?
Well, I would kick this dude's butt.
Do you feel misunderstood?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Tell me how you feel.
This is, to me, my outfit and the way I dress is a figure of speech, and the way I, you know, pass myself towards the public. I'm a freak.
Jenna, how can it be
I'm
a
considered
figure
a freak.
of speech?
But is it fun to be a freak?
It's fun because, I mean, you just get to do anything you want,
Because it draws all the
basically.
attention
It draws, yeah,
from
I love
everyone
attention.
and everybody.
But
I mean-
you're hurting your mother and sister. Does that bother you?
Not really, because they don't understand. I'm 15 years old here. I'm stuck in teenage hell. I'm trying to figure out who I am and what I'm going to be when I get older.
What is teenage hell?
It's that age between, like, 13 to 16.
You haven't
Or
been in
12 to
any
16.
kind of hell.
With you? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Jenna.
She's had a great life. This child has had nothing, no mental anguish. Nothing has happened to her. She is fine.
Jenna, one of these days you're going to...
She's here with her mother, Diane. Amanda dropped out of high school 5 months ago because she could not take the abuse she was getting from the other kids. Amanda, what kind of abuse?
They would just say things to me that would really hurt me.
Like what?
They would tell me that, you know, I'm tall. I stand 5'10", and they'd call me beanpole.
Beanpole?
Yeah, how's the weather up there? And they'd say things like, You know, my dog's in heat. We want to get a piece of her. And, you know, they just...
Do you think, to me, you have to understand, Amanda, to me you look like a very nice, very regular teen. Do you think it's because of the height?
I really don't know. They just could never accept me for who I was.
Never have?
No.
Amanda, you said this made you feel very, very suicidal. Talk to me about that.
I would be alone all the time, and I'd go in my room and I'd cry.
You have no friends?
She lived in her room.
No friends?
No friends. She lived in her room.
And I ended up being institutionalized. And I was in there for a week.
What are you doing now that you're not in school, that you dropped out of school?
I stay home and I watch my little brothers with my mom.
Amanda has also been struggling with anorexia for 6 years. Can you talk to me about that, Amanda?
It's just when my mom had her 5th child, there were 6 kids in the family. When she had her 5th child, she had gained a lot of weight, and I got really scared, and I thought that, you know, I didn't want to get fat, so I thought that if I just starved myself and I wouldn't gain any weight, that people would accept me more.
Anything to be accepted?
Anything. I'd do anything. I would.
The problem was, the more weight she lost, the more...
I like to know she's beautiful on the inside, but she's like trying to prove me wrong. She's
Saying
trying
I'm
to
not
prove me
beautiful.
wrong.
Let's bring out, she's 14, her name is Sarah, and find out what's going on here. Sarah, come on out. Sarah, what's the problem?
There's no problem. They were
Nope.
booing me.
Okay, but what is the problem? They're booing, I think, the attitude towards your mother. What? Mother says things were going along and then there was a big change. Do you know what caused the change?
Puberty?
Okay. Did it happen? Did it happen at that time?
Probably before.
Just before?
Yeah.
Okay. You told us, and I quote, I like to, quote, piss the kids off at school, and that's why I dress like this. What does that mean? It is a young attitude, but what does it mean?
Well, no, because they're all like, you know, cookie cutter kids. They all dress exactly the same. I mean, I want to be like at least a little different, and this isn't trying to get attention. This is just me.
You don't care. You don't care about your father. You don't care about anything.
What the
You
hell?
don't. What is this that you don't care
All of a
that
sudden
you're
you're
gonna
like
live or
crying
die?
on stage. What the hell?
You don't care that you're gonna live or die?
Sarah, your mother is a beautiful looking woman. Just take a look at her.
Yes,
And
I
you
have.
could be just like her. Because right now you look terrible.
So do you.
She's telling the truth.
With her. All right, come on out.
You ready for Halloween, though?
Halloween is every day for me.
Yeah, but you're hurting Mom, though.
I don't mean to hurt Mom. I'm sorry.
Mom,
okay?
does she hurt you?
Yes.
Will you tell her?
She's my baby.
Tell her how you feel.
She's my baby.
Tell her how
I
you
lost my mother a long time ago, and God sent her to me to replace her. She's changed the last 2 years.
We had to wait 45 minutes so she could take all the garbage off before she could go through the metal detector. Then she has to take off her
Take
boot.
my boot off and send it through and get.
And here comes through the extra.
Sandra dresses too revealing for a teenager. Vicky says she feels this way because of something devastating that happened to her 6 years ago. I think you may be familiar with her story because it made national headlines. Vicky says that she was gang raped by 12 to 15 men who happened to be professional football players. And that story made the news, of course. She said this experience has absolutely destroyed her life. At the time of the rapes, Vicky was separated from her husband and she was raising her 4 children. Vicky, you say this experience not only devastated you, but it really hurt your children, especially your daughter Chandra, who is 10 years old. Is that true at the time? After this happened, and I told the story so you would not have to. Can you send me a Kleenex down there, guys? Tell me, what was happening with Chandra at this time, or what happened with the children after this, or with you?
6 years. People say it's been 6 years. Get over it.
Oh, no.
How do you get over it?
They don't understand. No, I know what you're saying, and I understand what that is. I try to. I can't hope to be in your shoes in terms of understanding it, but... so what happens when you see the way she dresses?
Well, there's 2 sides of Chandra. When she dresses in the Daisy Dukes and that kind of stuff, it scares me. I mean, I think in my mind, in the back of my head...
It gets attention.
It gets,
and
yeah.
if you get attention, then that's going to lead maybe to bad things.
Yes.
Vicky, you say that Chandra's had some close calls.
A guy came into the bathroom or by the bedroom in the bathroom where the girls were, and he held a...
Richard Penna, and this is Cynthia Raphael.
Hi, everyone. Good to be here. Are you ready?
Tell me how difficult they were.
Richard, you start.
Well, it was tough. I mean, we were not only dealing with people, the way they looked, but also the way they thought they should look, and the attitudes of being a teenager, 14, 15, whatever.
We think the girls are ready to reveal their new looks. Are you ready to see them? Now, Richard and the gang did the hair and makeup, and Cynthia and gang did the clothes, okay? And I did hear screams when I was back in the office. Remember 15-year-old Jana? Jana is an identical twin with Lana. So you have Jana, except she's gone her own way. And they thought that Jana dressed too trampy for her own good. So you want to see the new, improved, new model? Come on out, Jana.